Okay, we are here. It's just the two of us today.
I'm here.
Just me and Albert.
Yes.
Jesse is not with us again. Sorry we didn't have an episode last week. We were supposed to do the Barbie episode. And if you guys really want us to record the Barbie episode, like, let us know in the comments. Leave a like.
If at least 2 people tell us.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yes.
Like, we will get Jesse to do it with us. There will be no excuses.
No excuses.
It's just like the last couple of weeks, real life stuff has happened. Okay, you know,
But nothing bad.
Nothing bad. All good stuff except for me getting sick. Like Jesse's taking care of his business.
Yeah. Well, you weren't sick last week.
I wasn't sick last week. I just was supposed to help Jesse.
Yeah. We just took a break.
We just took a break.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I think it's okay. So instead of doing the Barbie movie like we said, we ended up watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie for this week.
Yeah.
It's called Mutant Mayhem. Did you have any thoughts going into this movie?
I mean, I think it's hard to avoid not comparing it to Spider-Verse because of its, promise of 2D comic-like action.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I was pretty happy with what I got.
I'm glad you were. I mean, I love the Ninja Turtles growing up. I watched all the cartoons.
Yeah.
I watched all the live action movies,
Me
animated
too.
movies.
Yep.
Played the video games. I have like a real affiliation with Turtles in Time. Like I have the Cowabunga collection to play through. Like I have I bought a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like a while back. I specifically bought a Super Nintendo just to play Turtles in Time.
No way.
That's the only Super Nintendo game I have.
That's awesome. We should play it.
It's just so hard with the old Super Nintendos because you
Yeah.
have to like the what is it called? What was the cord called? That you used to plug into the TV, the AV.
Yeah,
AVI,
the
something.
old RCA cables.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit harder for us to do that nowadays since most TVs don't have those anymore.
Ooh,
We might have adapters though.
I have an adapter, I think.
So
if you
we'll
want to
have-
play.
I'm down. I think I have 2
Yeah.
controllers too.
Do they have it on Switch? On the
I mean-
Switch's premium thing?
I don't know, but it's on the Cowabunga collection.
Okay.
And I have the Cowabunga collection on the PS5, so we can
Oh.
play it on the PS5.
Dude.
On this screen, like I'll just move
Yeah.
like let's do it.
That'd be fun.
We'll record it too. We'll
Yeah.
figure something out for you guys. If you guys want to see that, like I'm down for anything, or we could just play for fun. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
to me. I think we could play 4 players too.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Was that 4 players or 2?
I'm pretty sure it's 4
Oh,
players.
okay. Okay.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
If it wasn't 4 players, I'm pretty sure they would make it 4 players on the newer consoles. Like.
Right.
Anyway, I will say this though, like I definitely compared it to my childhood, this movie, and when we get into actually talking about the movie, I'm not gonna awkwardly scratch my head this time.
Oh, okay.
I was
Just
considering
your
it like
shoulder.
anyway, I when we get into actually talking about this movie, like
yeah.
I have a problem with it, and it's I don't think it's the movie's fault. I just think it's just the generation we live in's fault now. But
It's their fault.
no, well, okay. It's not the kids' fault, obviously, but it's just like the
It's-
time that we live in now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think I can see where you might be not as, looking forward to or coming out of the theater not as having as much fun as you could have had.
I think because we also have a group chat. I think when Jesse suggested our movie for next week being The Meg 2, I was just like, this week would have been a perfect opportunity for us to do a podcast on both movies because I don't feel like this movie is going to be too much to talk about, and I don't feel like that movie is going to be too much to talk about. So it would have been the
Yeah.
perfect like half hour for each.
I watched a review of Meg 2. I don't know if I'm gonna like it either.
Yeah.
As much as the trailer looks fun,
Yeah.
I think they took the best parts.
Probably more than likely. Like that's normally how it goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll go ahead and get into the details now.
Okay.
It's directed by Jeff Rowe and Kyler Spears. The tagline is "Heroes aren't born; they're mutated."
Mm-hmm.
Had a budget of estimated at $70 million. It was released August 2nd, 2023. A runtime of 1 hour and 39 minutes. It's rated PG. Yeah, it's rated PG.
Are you okay with that? How do you feel? Like as a way to actually get younger kids into TMNT, do you think that's appropriate, or did you think you deserved a PG-13 movie?
I would have liked it to be PG-13,
Yeah.
but I also think they could have just done a better job with this movie, and it would have been fine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the PG-13 rating was the problem for the movie. I just
Mhm.
think that what the actual movie was the problem.
Okay.
It has a box office worldwide of just under $52 million.
Yeah, first weekend.
First weekend, yeah.
Not bad.
It's pretty good. And it's in theaters right now. I would recommend watching this movie.
I had fun.
I would. I don't think I had as much fun as most people, but I would still recommend it just because if you love the Turtles and you want more like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, like this is the way to do it. Like you gotta support it at least.
I think it's pretty good for kids too. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, and I think that it's like I think I'm just more harsh than most people would be,
Yeah.
just because of how much I love the Turtles.
Oh yeah, I'm not that attached to it like you are.
Yeah, like I literally at one point in time I had like a poster of Raphael and like
Okay, cool.
yeah. It was signed by the artist too.
Nice.
But yeah, I from what I heard from people that sat around me, because my theater was kind of mixed between fans of the Turtles and kids.
Mm-hmm.
I sat. Excuse me. Sorry if I cough a lot too. This episode. I'm just getting over being sick. But yeah, the people that are around me mostly were fans of the Turtles
Yeah.
because they're older. They didn't have any kids with them. It was just like people my age.
Mm-hmm.
The kids that were in the theater were pretty loud and kind of obnoxious, like to the point where I don't really care, but like,
You don't care about the obnoxiousness?
I don't really like it. Didn't take away from my experience with
Okay.
it because they were further up than I was, to where I could hear them talking, but I couldn't really hear them talking. But at the same time, it was just like they were having fun,
Yeah.
which is also good. So like
Okay.
this is the one exception I'll make.
I had a pretty thin. It was a bigger theater, but maybe like 24 people at the most.
Yeah,
It's pretty empty.
I was in one of the smaller theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our Sell That Sip. It's a 6-word summary of the movie.
Okay. I'll go first as usual. I've got nostalgic brotherhood and teamwork for fans. I think this movie can create a lot of new fans for the Turtles. It felt nostalgic for me, but I probably consumed it about half as much as you have. I think I've watched some of the live action stuff back in the 90s and some of the cartoons. I was never in the comics or the graphic novels.
I don't think I ever got into the comics or graphic novels either, but like I did play like a lot of the games.
Yeah.
I watched the original cartoon, and I watched the 2003 cartoon that came out.
Oh.
And
Wasn't there a movie recently in the last 10 years too?
there was a TMNT movie as
Michael
well.
Bay, right?
Yeah, the live action one.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Was that good?
It was okay. It was Transformers with turtles, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, like I think yeah.
It scratched an itch for me at least.
For you, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, my Sell That Sip is like the exact opposite.
Oh.
It's childhood memories will never be satisfied. Like, it just sucks
That's too
because like a lot of the characters in this movie are very important characters, like in the cartoons. Bebop and Rocksteady, like if you're a turtle,
The more popular villains, at least.
exactly, like everyone knows who they are.
Yep.
And unfortunately, they were voiced by two people like I'm not really a big fan of.
With Seth Rogen and
John Cena.
that was John Cena. Okay.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they were just kind of made to be people they weren't, which you know, it kind of sucks in a way. Like, but at the same time, it's a PG movie, so I guess.
Right.
But
it does, if they have the sequel, I don't know if those characters are going to stay that way or change, right?
exactly, we don't know. But as of right now, like I don't like where they are.
Yeah. I agree.
Superfly, like I thought he was gonna be another character altogether. Like I forget the actual, but like in the Turtles in Time movie or game, excuse
Mhm.
me, like the very first boss you fight is I think it's called like Beelzebub or something like that.
I think I don't. I
It's been
have worse
so
memory
long,
than you.
yeah. And it's just like that's exactly where I thought they were going with it. And it was like
Mhm.
Superfly, which is it's fine. Like I don't think he was a bad character. It was pretty interesting, but yeah, like it just sucks to see some of these characters that were like really cool villains be turned into comedy acts and side characters.
Yeah, it's very much a comedy for this
Yeah.
movie and turning all the characters into something we can laugh at.
I felt like in general the movie was obviously the movie's gonna be catered towards kids these days because like that's who they want to grow to keep their fan base going. But like I feel like it was definitely catered a little bit too much towards the kids. Like there was just so many like kid references like TikTok and like all this stuff and
I think it's very much Seth Rogen's plan to get kids into Turtles.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
I guess that's cool, but that's not what got me to the turtles. Like the turtles,
Right.
yeah.
But then
So
I think that's why he also stuck it with a PG rating instead of something more like, I don't know, more serious.
yeah, probably. It just I don't know.
Like they even made guns non-lethal.
Oh yeah, with soldiers.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like if that's the direction they're gonna go with it, that's fine. But like, how can I feel confident about the shredder? You know, like that was the big
Ooh, yeah, that's
after
true.
credit scene at the end, and it's just like you can't have a Ninja Turtles movie with the shredder be PG and it work out. Like this one was barely passing for me,
Yeah.
and it just sucked. Like in general, like
I think
I'm also
yeah, I agree.
I was telling my mom this too after we watched it. I'm also like really over this whole power of friendship thing. Like I get it, I get the message, but at the same time,
it's hard to work around when you're at a PG level and
mhm,
you can't. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
this is Naruto. This is your fault.
It's not Naruto's
Nah.
fault.
I'm just kidding.
It was before
It was-
Naruto's
it was-
time.
but like it's definitely like it's just so it doesn't work for these type of characters. Like it really doesn't to me. Like you you can't just have power friendship fix everything and
And have the enemies turn good guys
Yeah.
and then beat the one bad guy.
yeah.
No, you don't like that.
I didn't like that at all. But yeah. Let's go ahead and rate it real quick before we talk any more about this movie.
Okay.
You can go first.
I agree with you on a lot of the points. I had a lot of fun. I'd recommend watching in theaters if you're I guess if you're craving for any of that content. But
Yeah.
I'm probably around like a 6.5.
I mean, yeah, that's about I'm at a 5. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I had fun to an extent. It's just like I said, it's definitely catered towards kids nowadays.
Yeah.
If you're not into that type of culture, like you're gonna miss a lot of the jokes.
It's a lot of references to stuff nowadays.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I think a good kids movie does a good job of catering to both the kids and the adults.
I
And
agree.
This one
Any
was
good movie,
Yeah, exactly.
especially if it's PG.
Yeah, and this one just didn't do that for me. That's why it's at a 5.
Mm-hmm.
The ending sucked. I absolutely hated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The after credit scene did not get me hyped up for anything. But I also feel like maybe I'm just like the harsher critic of everyone because, like I said, the fans around me that are actually fans of the Turtles liked it. So
Like it would have been disappointing if they didn't mention Shredder at all.
true, very true.
But I mean, like, what direction can they go to make Shredder as scary as he's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
in a PG movie?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, were the live action films in the 90s PG or PG-13? Do you remember?
Let me go ahead and look that up for you real quick
Yeah.
while we talk about it because maybe
Because was Shredder as scary as I think he was, or was he not?
no, he was definitely intimidating.
Okay.
But I also feel like times have changed.
Yeah.
And you get away with a lot more.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These were PG movies.
PG.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, but then maybe nowadays they can't do the same movie as PG. You think?
I don't. I don't think those movies would have passed for PG because there's a lot of fighting. I think
But there's also no blood.
there's no blood.
It's just like a karate chop and a kick.
I do think, if I'm not mistaken, Shredder gets scratched by Splinter, and that's how he gets the scars. And
But is it
do
that
think,
bloody?
I do think, I, I mean, they do show blood,
Okay, I need to rewatch that.
and I do think that Splinter's ear is bitten off.
But with non-flowing blood, it's just like red on his ear, isn't it?
And I think the same with Shredder. I think it's
Okay.
just red.
It's just like some thick makeup.
Yeah, but I don't think you get away with that in this era.
But when's the last time we watched a live-action PG movie like that?
That's true.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think you get away with it in this era. Like, there's just so many people that are overly sensitive about everything. So, someone would definitely like put their foot down and be like, yeah, you can't get away with that.
Okay. I feel like they could remake that today.
I would love it, but I definitely think if they did that, it would have to be PG-13.
Okay. I mean,
Shredder
with
was
PG-13, then they could show more blood.
Yeah, Shredder was definitely intimidating in that movie, though.
Okay.
Like, Bebop and Rocksteady being like actual a werewolf, and I think that was Bebop and Rocksteady.
Well, there was a turtle, like a snapping turtle.
Yeah, snapping turtle and a werewolf.
Yeah. What were their names? Bebop and Rocksteady back then? I forget.
I think they actually called them Bebop and
Or
Rocksteady.
like Snap something.
I'm
Because
looking
there's a snapping turtle.
Super Shredder. Sorry, everyone. We'll probably cut to when we start talking again. What is it called? Mysteries of the Ooze? Teenage?
I think so. Secret Ooze. Secret Ooze? Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze, yeah. This one's PG as well.
Oh, Taka and Razor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. They gave them completely different names. Taka and Razor. Those guys were scary, too.
Yeah, yeah.
The snapping turtle,
Yeah.
definitely. And they, like, had, like, they were infants, so they were, like,
Yeah.
barely talking.
And they changed.
This is so cool.
We should watch that instead.
I think
wanna
we
watch
should.
that now.
I think we should go back in time and watch those movies. I
want to watch
love
some
those
old.
movies.
I want to watch some of old that and Power Rangers.
I remember one old Power Rangers movie that I used to watch a lot.
Oh yeah, I still have Power Rangers Turbo VHS.
Nice.
They drive cars.
maybe we could convince Jesse to watch not only the movie that we said we were gonna watch, but also, and we'll do like a two episodes.
We'll do some '90s old live action movies. That sounds fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead and get into the characters.
Okay, there were literally some spoilers, so sorry about that.
That's fine. No one,
The Shredder's there. Woo!
Ooh, the Shredder. Tokar and Razor. Anyway, you have Nicholas Cantu playing Leonardo.
Oh, not Leonardo.
Brady Noon playing Raphael. Micah Abbey playing Donatello. I'm pretty sure that's the one my mom's got kind of irritated with because
With the voice.
that definitely sounded the youngest.
Yeah.
Shimon Brown Jr. as Michelangelo. I honestly thought Michelangelo was played by the same person that does Miles.
But it's
not.
close.
Yeah, it sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Ayo Edibiri playing April O'Neil. Jackie Chan playing Splinter. John Cena playing Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen playing Bebop. And Ice Cube playing Superfly. There's also some other notable villains in there, like Leatherhead.
Yep.
I think it's Leatherhead, but like I didn't really care enough about them to put there.
They didn't have too many lines.
Yeah. The Gecko had a lot of lines, but
Bruh.
I honestly just
Awesome.
yeah, it was just like a lot of that, like him and oh, we're totally vibing, dude. Oh, you catching my vibe? Oh, I caught your vibe. Like So stupid. Like that type of humor that the kids have nowadays. We're so old saying stuff
I
like this,
mean,
but it's just like, oh, dude, so cringe. It's
I
so-
watched it with my brother, and we agreed that a lot of that stuff my brother and I did together too.
oh yeah, I like definitely, but like, yeah,
I can't. I kind of can't fault them for making the teens act like teens.
no, I agree. Like,
Yeah.
me and Jason definitely acted like that when we were younger,
Yeah.
but it's just like they're still acting that way now.
Like that's why it's so funny to me
Yeah.
when they come out of their montage of beating up people, and April is just like standing there texting or whatever she's typing, and the boys are just like doing the same bit about bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh yeah, and then when they're like, oh, bacon, egg, and cheese, and they're like,
Different
you guys are
accents.
trying to get people to like you,
Yeah.
but what you guys are doing is just cringe. And then they stop, and then they start doing it again. Like I think Michelangelo twerks,
Yes.
and it's just like, oh my, like
I mean, but I could see
that's some,
that.
yeah, definitely. It's just
I could not laugh at that, even though I know it's cringe. It's something I would do,
yeah, no, definitely.
and my brother would do. Like laugh over the stupidest thing when no one else thinks it's funny.
And they just keep going, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they did a bad job with the turtles. It's just like the story kind of is like what failed it for me.
Right. Like kids watching that would totally relate to all the stuff they're talking about,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and I think it works.
Yeah.
I mean, as a movie plot, I mean, it doesn't carry over anything. It just makes it relatable.
Yeah, no, like, so spoiler alert, we're gonna start talking about the movie. We already have. I don't think how the turtles acted had anything to do with how the movie was for me. Like, I think they're definitely acting like teenagers. They were dated at 15 years old.
Yep.
I think it's totally fine. Like, they did stuff that teenagers do. Like, there was a lot of comedy with it, with like what we were talking about with like the twerking and them doing the bacon, egg, and cheese, the New Yorker voices, and
Yeah.
and they live in New York and they want to be part of the human world. It's perfectly fine. And when Splinter throws them the surprise prom, that's how teenagers would act too. Like
Yeah.
I thought they acted like teenagers, which is what they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfectly fine for me. Like, it's kind of dumb to call them the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and they're
In their 20s or something.
in their 20s, yeah, which is ironically we're talking about watching it because it's our nostalgia and what we grew up with. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of
in the 90s.
in the live action movies,
Yeah.
they were definitely men at that point. They were
Yeah.
adult mutant ninja turtles, like
Well, that's why it's funny.
spade to spade,
Uh-huh.
But this one, they definitely acted like teens. They were they were trained in combat, but like how teens would, or how inexperienced fighters would. Like,
Right.
they didn't know how to use it in real life combat, and they panicked in the first fight scene, and
Yeah.
they didn't know how to react with the other mutants because these are mutants that are just as big and strong as them.
Yeah,
Like,
they haven't had a chance to socialize with anyone else.
and they're definitely more adults. Like, the bad mutants are more closer to adulthood than
Yeah.
probably are adults than them. So
Oh, they
I-
dropped the go ninja go
yeah,
in the fight scene. That was awesome.
yeah, it was great. Like the movie itself had a lot of good moments, which is why I gave it a 5 and not like anything lower. But the story kind of sucked. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was. I'm glad they kind of focused on one of the turtles for kind of the main character. How do you feel about that, though?
I don't mind that either. I
Okay.
think who did you feel like that was the main character, Leo?
Leo, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who's watched the Turtles would say that Leo's mostly the main character.
Right. I mean, I think most of the stories around the turtles is about them being a team, and a team needs a leader.
Yeah, and that's like Leo's coming into his leadership role.
Right.
Like, wow, you totally sound like a leader there. Oh my God, I did! And
Oh, you
he's
ruined
all
the
excited. You
moment.
ruined the moment. Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, it was, and you saw the growth out of
All of
I think
them.
most of them too.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think I think they did a pretty good job with the turtles. Like, sure, they might sound annoying, but they're teens. Like Donatello, even though he's like the tallest, he probably just hasn't hit puberty yet.
Right.
Which
Exactly.
is, it's normal.
No, it wasn't Michelangelo.
Donatello.
No, was it Raph or Mike that was taller?
It was Raph was the tallest.
Yeah.
Raph was the biggest.
Right.
And then Donatello.
Oh, okay.
And
Mike.
then Leo, and then Mikey
yeah.
was the shortest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, how you'd expect it. The comedian's the shortest of the group,
right.
Like the leader's kind of not the tallest, but he's not the smallest either.
Right. He's in the middle.
Donatello, like we all know that one like nerdy guy that gets like a just giant growth
Skinny,
spurt,
but tall.
Yeah,
Which
like,
is what he was.
Which is what he was.
Yeah.
And then Raph is the beefy bully type, which is what
tank.
he is. Like, yeah.
Anger issues.
And I think it's funny that they kept saying, like, bro, you have anger issues. And he wasn't even really like that angry in those scenes. But you could definitely see, like, as a teenager, like, he's growing into those anger issues.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
At least it was a phase, right?
Yeah. So I think they did a good job.
But overall, the story.
The story was pretty bad. Like, so you start off with them like wanting to explore the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Leo's the one that's like wants to be the leader, but he's the one that falls easily for the girls and stuff.
But he's trying to be responsible. But he's trying to find that balance with his brothers versus his dad.
And then like he sees April, and they cost her scooter, and then they end up saving the scooter.
Yeah.
And like then she meets them, and they come up with this plan for saving the world so that people can accept them for who they are. And
they
so
talk about his Riz.
Yeah, they talk about his Riz a lot, which is I don't think my mom caught those references, but I was just like my eyes were rolling so far back in my head, like Riz.
Yeah.
Riz.
Like, is this a date?
Yeah.
It's a date.
He said.
That's funny.
He said, "So it's a date," and she's like, "Wait, what did you say?" And he's like, "Oh no." They're just like, "Hang up."
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It was pretty funny.
Like, yeah. And then, so they come up with this plan to stop Superfly.
Yeah.
And who's this bad guy? And yeah,
they get caught by TCRI.
Yeah.
They get milked.
There's that running joke the whole like.
At least it pays off.
Yeah, at least it pays off. And they're like, oh, look, like the humans are just trying to milk you for your genes. And they're like, but we don't have nipples. And then they actually do get milked. And it starts off with Mikey, and like he's like talking about how painful it is. And right. I feel like Mikey's the type that's like has such a low tolerance to pain.
Right.
And then
Raph
does it, and he's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I thought it was a bit, and he was just playing it off. But then I guess they're actually hurting.
I think it was actually hurting him. I don't think it was actually meant to hurt them though.
Right.
And then like they talk about how big the jug is. It's like a big milk carton or a milk jar.
Yeah.
And then they like then the part for me, like, I think the story up until this point was like very very mid, but tolerable.
But better than the second half.
Yeah, and then then after that they had met the other mutants by then, like the bad mutants, and then like they go to stop Superfly again, and there's like this duality between Splinter and Superfly because they're both like the leaders of their mutant groups, and
right.
Splinter wants the Turtles to be happy, whereas Superfly just wants them to be.
He basically wants his squad to listen to him.
Yeah. And so then all the bad mutants turn on him, and
right.
That's the story. Like that's basically what happens. But like it was up until that point, like when they first introduced Superfly, like actually introduced him when they steal the car from the bad guys, and like I thought it was so perfect. Like it was so perfect because they have the song playing. I knew they were gonna play that song too.
Yeah.
And
what, the Superfly song?
Yeah, it's like I know that they. That's why I'm and I was just like I started dying, and then like Bebop and Rocksteady are just like
they have their montage. They're coming out of the car. They're showing their different like body parts.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is really good.
It's awesome. And then like, you actually start talking.
That's why I ain't fly. Yeah, and Superfly comes out and I was just like, oh wow, this is good. And then it just goes downhill from there.
Right.
They interact with them. they go back to like their like little bar where they hang out and
Their bowling alley.
yeah, their bowling alley. And it was pretty cool seeing them do that, but at the same time it's just like I don't know.
Yeah,
I wanted more for my bad guys.
I was hoping for some kind of heist thing
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
happen, not them butting up for like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then speaking of time, how do you feel about the runtime?
I don't think the runtime was bad. I actually kind of appreciated that it was shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And up until the last act, like the second act and leading into the last act, I thought it was really good. Like I thought like it was good pacing. Things were happening. They had the fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember. I think the fight scene was pretty good for what it was.
Which
for like
fight scene?
where they fight the bikers.
Oh, okay, yes.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then they introduced Superfly. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, the story was mediocre at this point, but it's still better than what happens after.
Yeah, I agree.
And then like I just felt like the power of friendship stuff like didn't really work for me.
Yeah, it could have been better.
It sucks to have like some of these notorious villains just turn so quickly, and then they like introduce the Shredder at the end. Like some of these guys work for the Shredder, and so it's like, what's gonna happen with them? Like, are Bebop and Rocksteady gonna turn on the Turtles after they buddied up? Like, I
mean, my guess is they get some kind of mind control after TCRI changes, like the formula of the ooze or something, and inject it into the villains.
They also they didn't really kill him off, but they basically, it seemed like they killed off Baxter Stockman at the beginning,
right?
And then he turns into like that brain thing that
Yep.
like where the brain is in the stomach and has eyes, and I forget what he's actually called, but
what is his name? That villain's name?
I forget, but
that's supposed to be Baxter Stockman.
I'm pretty sure that's Baxter Stockman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I can't use my fingerprint because I tried to. Here, let's see. Krang, yeah.
That's Krang.
I think in some stories he turns into Krang, and some
he doesn't.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now. Krang. That's an old name.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know where they go from here.
I mean, it looks like they say, is that supposed to be Superfly? That is just a regular fly at that point, or is that just a different fly at the end?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's a different fly at the end.
Yeah, and they're just getting ready to test it again.
Well, I guess Krang is a different person altogether.
Oh.
I think in one series he's Baxter Stockman, though. I forget which one. Anyway, I think it's just a different fly altogether, but maybe they bring Superfly back. I don't really care. Like I don't think Ice Cube did a bad job. I just think that
the story overall
was pretty bad at that point.
He had a lot of lines, and I think he did well.
Yeah, I agree. Like he definitely.
It sounded like he fit in.
Yep. I started laughing and coughing at the same time because I was just thinking about like how perfect he is for that role. Like his voice just was really, really
right. I mean, he sounded like a gangster. So.
Yeah. How do you feel about the animation?
I like the style. I
think so.
It felt not exactly like the cartoons, but it felt like what I was thinking, the comics come to life Spider-Verse style, but even more rough lines around the character outlines.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think the difference is like Spider-Verse is supposed to be showing off the animation mostly, which like so they do a lot of different types of animation in one thing, and it looks beautiful how they do it. But for this just to have like the same style the whole way through, and like it's definitely the best animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles product we have by far.
Right. I mean, with Spider-Verse, it's about other universes coming together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut the different art styles.
Yeah. So I think it was really well done too. I really enjoyed it. I really do wish we would have gotten more fight scenes with it, because in reality we only got the one with the bikers. You get the car chase.
You get the montage of the turtles trying to find
the
a lead.
Yeah. You get that, and I like that too because like they phase through each boss that they're
Right.
yeah
Each gang boss and
yeah,
them like learning how to fight better,
and then you get the big fight at the end with the
teaming up
yeah,
with the
and
bad guys.
I honestly I thought the final fight was pretty lackluster as well.
Yeah.
Like you're fighting this giant whale superfly that has like a bunch of different animals attached to him, and they
Giraffe for a forehead.
yeah, and then they shoot the dart at him, and it's just like it hits one of the horses, and just that horse falls off.
That was funny to me.
It was funny, but it's just like it was so like, all right, what are they gonna do now? And then it's like, oh, you got to go to the blowhole because whatever.
Because Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
The nape of the neck is the weakness.
that's yeah. I forgot all about the Attack on Titan references. Like of all the animated shows, of course, it's Attack on Titan. Like
I mean, for anything for a teenage nerd at that point.
yeah,
It's something for them to like attach to.
Yeah.
It's either that or Naruto. I'd rather have Attack on Titan.
I would rather have Attack on Titan too. Yeah, it was just kind of funny.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Like-
I forgot all about the Attack on Titan references.
Yeah. and Donnie, like, when they first go to that school in the middle of the night, and he sees the locker with Attack on Titan just scribbled down a locker, he's like, I love this person already.
I haven't even met this person, but I love them.
I like them already. Just because they have this on their locker. I already know who they are.
Yeah, that's such a teenager thing,
Right?
Yeah.
Like, just because you have a similar interest just makes you buddies.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm having a lot of problems tonight. Yeah. I forgot
Like,
all
the
about-
music choices were fun. They made callbacks. They had some like obvious music we were expecting.
a wide variety. Yeah,
Right.
I thought they had a wide variety. I like the music. There's a lot of times where I felt my feet like kind of bounce into it. So
Right. Like there was I don't think there was anything cheesy off the top of my head. It was all pretty
the
well-selected.
Superfly song was probably the cheesiest, but like it like how could you
It's
not
in the name.
how could you not use that song? Like it is
Yeah.
so perfect.
Right.
It was really good. Yeah, I love that scene. Like I'm trying to think of a better introduction to the big bad.
Yeah. And the two
This year.
main villains.
Yeah, like I don't think I could think of anything better than that.
Yeah.
Like just with them showing up because they're expecting like humans to show up,
Right.
and it's just these mutants pulling up, and like Rocksteady's on a bike, and
Yep.
Bebop has his
The boombox.
Yeah, has the boombox, and they're both like dancing to it.
They show his piercings.
Yeah, they have their
everywhere.
piercings. Like it was so cool. Like
Really
Rocksteady.
zoomed in.
Rocksteady looks a little cheesy to me in this animation style. Like his head looks a little too big, but at the same time, like I was there for it at that point in
Yeah.
time. Like I was fully invested. And then like they introduced Superfly, and he's like an old school gangster who's got like the afro, but it's like balding, so it's like only
Only
like,
the sides.
Yeah, only the sides. It was so good. That's such a good introduction to our big bad boss, and
Yeah.
then it went downhill.
Pretty much. It was the most fun in the first like
Yeah.
maybe half. Yeah.
I just remember I remember everything about that scene because it's just so good. The introduction of all the other like notable villains that the Turtles have had, like I don't really care for them too much.
I mean, the Superfly just goes through them,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
not as interesting.
Like they definitely gave Bebop and Rocksteady their moment more.
Oh yeah, they get their little montage of the zoomed in piercings and stuff.
It's so good.
It was funny. I'm glad Splinter got his moment to shine though in the action scene when he saves his kids.
Yeah, I agree.
was
I
fun.
like it. I like how they came to be. How they're basically self-taught through YouTube and
Yeah, that's
other kung fu movies.
That's
Like that's
fun.
great. Yeah, that's great.
and like I even saw some like Jackie Chan esque moves.
I'm pretty
that
sure
he
some
did.
of the movies that were the clips that were being shown
it's
were
like-
definitely Jackie Chan movies. Like
It was funny.
young Jackie Chan movies too.
Yeah, and there were live action clips in the movie too, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off
hmm
and all those karate montages.
They just want to be loved like Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
How old is Jackie Chan at this point? Like
Right now,
yeah,
I think he's in the 70s.
Cause like, I know he did this movie.
Or late 60s.
69. You were close. You were close on.
Yeah.
He's doing this movie, and I'm pretty sure he's doing a couple other movies.
Oh yeah, he's still making movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least directing. I don't know about acting right now, but
I know
directing.
I know he has a movie on Netflix right now that he's acting in.
Yeah. And stunts?
I don't know if he's doing stunts,
Okay.
but he's at least acting in it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's another movie he's acting in relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
What was his first movie?
His first movie.
1962.
It's a while ago.
He appeared with some at age 8. He appeared with some of his fellow Little Fortunes in the film Big and Little Wong Tin Bar, 1962. Dang, he's been acting since he was 8 years old. I mean,
The reason why he's a legend because of
we're
that.
getting
Yeah.
old, dude.
He's been acting for a while.
He upcoming movie Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dang. He's acting in a movie called Ride On that's already out.
Oh.
Is
What's
this
it about?
movie? I don't know. Is this movie is this the Netflix one?
He shares the banner page with a horse.
Yeah. I don't think this is the one I saw on Netflix, but there's a Hidden Strike movie with John Cena. That looks like he's actually, I don't know if he's doing his own stunts, but it looks like the type of movie where there will be stunts.
Mm.
Could you imagine a 69-year-old Jackie Chan doing his own stunts? Makes me want to go back and watch old Jackie Chan movies.
Okay, we'll do some 90s live action, and then we'll do some old kung fu.
I mean, The
Movies.
Drunken Master 2 was in 1994, so we could just hit two birds with
Yeah.
one stone.
Wait, have you still not seen Shaolin Soccer?
I have not seen Shaolin Soccer.
Oh,
Is Jackie Chan in it?
no.
Oh.
But it's akin to Kung Fu Hustle. It's like Kung Fu comedy,
Ah, man.
but with soccer.
But with soccer. We just need to get on this. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many movies that like we just need to watch. So much content we need to be putting out.
I know.
Don't worry, everyone. We'll start putting out more.
Yeah. We'll have a movie day and watch a bunch of movies.
Do you have anything else to say about this movie?
Man, it was mostly fun. A lot of fun sprinkled in with the kind of poor plot. I don't know what else to add.
Yeah.
There's
I
just a
don't-
lot of nostalgic moments, but not too much. A little bit of cringe, just enough for the kids to like it,
It's definitely a
for
lot
us
of
to
cringe.
laugh at,
Yeah.
right?
I think this movie just needed a better ending. Like I don't have much else to say other than that. Like
Mm-hmm.
like you said, there's cringy jokes for the kids. The kids definitely got them because I could hear them.
Yep, my kids
and
laughed in my theater.
Yeah, there were some that I picked up on too, but at the same time, like it was just so focused on that age group that it was just like there's some that I'm like I don't even know what they're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of think that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies need to be at least PG-13. I mean, they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like teenage, so it should be for teenagers, and they're Ninja Turtles, not talking turtles, not friendship turtles.
Oh, come on. It's all about brotherhood anyways. There's friendship there
I
built
guess.
into it.
Yeah, between the turtles, not between the turtles and the villain mutants.
I mean, this is definitely on the closer to G side of PG than the PG.
it's all your
13
fault,
side.
Naruto.
I mean, if anything, Naruto will be rated PG-13.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, Naruto would be rated PG-13.
Yeah.
Although, I was scrolling through TikTok,
Oh.
and I did see that, like, Naruto is definitely censored pretty much from the manga version, too.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Like, it makes me want to read the actual manga, so. Like, Kakashi having, like, shurikens in his head. And,
Oh yeah. Blood everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In his eye.
In his eye. Anyway.
Oh, previews. Did you? I saw Blue Beetle I don't know if I was hyped about that.
I just don't care.
I think I don't know what DC can do at this point. Even though they're still interesting characters, I don't know what can save them right now.
Take a break.
Yeah.
I think in general, like, superhero movies probably just need to take a break at this point. Like, I've been defending the MCU for so long, but like I'm just at the point where I'm like, maybe Jesse's right. I don't ever want to say that.
Say what now?
Yeah, I'm gonna bleep that out. I don't know if you saw my editing of the last video where I zoomed in on some of Jesse's stuff,
Yeah.
and on some of my stuff, but like it's either I'm gonna bleep it out and leave it for interpretation, or I'm gonna zoom in on my face.
Yeah.
And when I say that, just so Jesse knows that I'm talking about him. Cause
yeah. Oh, and then speaking of supers, there was a Paw Patrol.
And I saw that, yeah. And ironically, like, I'm not even we haven't even said what movie we're watching next week. But ironically, Jesse wants to watch a superhero movie, and I'm talking about like taking a break from him. And so maybe we'll convince Jesse to do something else. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to see where we can watch the Turtles movies, if anything. I think those would be fun.
Yep. I mean, I still have my VHS player. We can probably watch those movies if we can find a way to connect it.
I'm thinking about getting Paramount Plus so I can watch the cartoon too.
Oh yeah, there's that.
I want to watch the cartoon again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, real quick. Well, before I wrap this up. Oh, apparently you can watch them on HBO. Well, you can watch it on Max. It's no longer HBO Max. So I got to find out how they get
Watch what the
turtle,
animated?
the original
live action.
live action. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I have to subscribe all over again because I
Yeah.
don't think I'm getting charged for it.
It's not called HBO Max. It's just called
It's just
Max.
called Max now.
Okay, oh, come on.
I mean, Twitter's no longer Twitter. It's
Well, I mean, but come on. Stupid.
it's
Give me some brand identity. Like, what's Max? I don't like. What's X? Come on.
It's no longer Twitter.
You've
It's
built up Twitter for years, and then you're just gonna change it. Okay, whatever.
It's X.
Stupid.
X. All right. Jugs and plugs.
Like I have it next to Shopify. And I have it next to Shopify and Expedia. Now it's just gross.
Say that again.
I had Twitter next to Shopify and Expedia on my phone, and now it's X.
Shopify X
and Expedia.
Shopify X Expedia, the new anime coming out.
Okay.
Jugs and plugs. Subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Twitter.
Okay, we got a Twitter now.
Okay, hold on. Jugs and plugs. Subscribe to us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube.
I'm gonna run a Twitter now. It's gonna be really bad takes.
Wherever. Yeah, I mean that would probably get you a lot of viewers. Like, share. If you follow us on YouTube, subscribe.
And if two people
Leave a
spell
comment.
Barbie,
Jeez, my goodness. Yes. Leave a comment if you want us to watch Barbie. Like, I'm trying to do something else I shouldn't even be doing right now.
if one person tells me to watch Barbie, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, if you guys comment and say watch Barbie, we'll probably do it.
One person. Right now.
And if not, like, what do you guys think about this TMNT movie, Mutant Mayhem? There is definitely mutants. I don't know about the Mayhem part.
Yeah.
But yeah. It was fun. Yeah. Anyway.
Good send off.
Yeah, this has been the Legendary Sid Podcast, and join us next time for Captain America: The First Avenger. If we do it, or if we convince Jesse to do something else, we might do that too. Who knows? It'll be a surprise to all of you,
and
us. We will also maybe we'll do both. Maybe we'll do 3 movies. Who knows?
Oh my God!
I don't know if we'll do 3 movies. Like that
and Meg too.
And Meg too. Yeah. Or maybe we'll just end up watching The Way of Water, full sinless. Like, we'll do whatever you guys want. Yeah. This has been the Legendary Sid Podcast. And join us next time for whatever I just said. I already said this sentence. Goodbye.
Bye. Way Water 2. Woo!